Side Scrolls is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on youtube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hi, buddy.
Blabs.
Hi, chat. I love you. Mwah.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the number one gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on youtube.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the number one video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's Side Scrollers. Brand new intro today. Thank you. Big ups to Paul Hadouken for his ridiculous rendition of the Armored Armadillo theme. And now, let's just be real. It's no longer the Armored Armadillo theme. It's just the Side Scrollers theme. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're off to a great start. Man, so much going on. We have a phenomenal show today. Cannot wait to share you guys with everything we have going on because, man, I am stoked for today's topics. Joining us, as always, the one, the only producer extraordinaire, Travis Keys. Hello, Travis. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. That was a great intro. It's like a updated version of the original. I like it.
Bringing it into 2023, man. Loving it, man. Now everybody's got it. It's kicking the crap out of the days. Also, speaking of kicking the crap out of the days, the ass kicker extraordinaire straight out of Guam. Blabs.
Hi, I ass kick now. Hiya. You just said ass kicking.
Yeah, but you don't ass kick with your hands.
You know what? Karate people put their arms up, when they kick people.
Karate chop. Judo chop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, speaking of karate kicking, I'll tell you, I bet at some point in this life, Adam Krigler has taken some sort of martial arts. Adam, is that correct?
It is true.
I knew it.
I have to say, Blabs, you don't kick with your hands. You know that, right? An ass kicker.
Yeah, but when you kick, you move your hands. What do you just put your hands like a pencil and just go?
But you said hi-ya and did a chop.
Well, because you can't see what my legs are doing, can you?
Your legs didn't do shit.
No.
How do you even not have legs? You ableist. Ha!
I am ableist. That's fine. I'll own it. I don't give a shit.
That's
Straight
fine.
up. What a horrible piece of trash that guy is up there.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hey, speaking of horrible pieces of trash, straight out of Brazil, human sex on a plate.
Wow.
My God, thinking Outback Steakhouse is a fast food restaurant. What the hell? It's Dan Bask. Hey, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, Craig, I'm going to kick you. Yeah.
There you go.
Dan, I already apologized for Craig before we even started the show, and I feel like
First thing Adam said, I
again.
apologize.
Oh my goodness!
Nobody's to apologize.
I forgive you.
I just did. Hey.
You got to own it. Don't apologize. We don't apologize here. We own shit, That's the idea, right?
When an apology is actually warranted, it's okay to apologize. All right? So
Wise words.
thank you.
Wise
I like
words.
your purple sweater.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's more like a Henry
Not
shirt.
you, Adam.
Oh, shit.
Damn. Yeah. Shut your
Golly.
mouth, Dan. She's talking about me.
Okay.
Blabs is actually complimenting me.
I
need this.
apologize.
I was going to do it
apologize.
backstage, and then you kept yapping away. I was like, oh, well, I'll tell him later. So here I am.
Okay. Little compliments right there. Trav, you look
Another
great too,
one.
by the way.
Ooh.
The spice is glorious
That
today.
Side Scrollers merch.
Yeah, looking good, looking sharp. Hey, just heads up, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, D-Day Cobra will be joining. Jeremy.
Jerome.
Germ. Sounds like you're calling him a germ.
I'll tell you what, there's one way we can handle this, and that is actually asking D-Day Cobra how to say his name. We'll ask him that later on when he joins us. Right now, he is live over on the Geeks and Gamers
There's an
channel.
E. There's an E after the R. It's Jeremy. Jeremy.
It's up to, listen, hey, some people say
Geronimo.
ketchup, some people say ketchup.
Who?
Some people say
That's
tomato, some people say tomato.
I've
right?
never heard anyone use tomato ever. No one's ever said tomato.
I'm gonna start.
No,
Right?
you're not.
You say
I guarantee
tomato. I
next
say
time you
tomato.
say tomato, you're going to say
Tomato.
tomato and be like, damn it, I was going to start.
Damn. I remember. I
Missed
remember
my
Adam.
chance.
I remember Adam.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll be like, oh damn.
Some people say Adam. Some
Adam
people
was
say
right.
a dumb. I know
No
it's
one
really
says
weird.
Adam. No one says that either.
A dumb?
Have I ever? No, they don't say that. Have I ever told you guys the story about how when I was back working for Coca-Cola in my early 20s, we went to this community shelter to like hand out sugar water to people, and it was like an inner city place, and one of the kids came up. We'd go and we were like the cool kids. All the kids would want to come up. They shoot basketball with us and stuff. It was really, really fun. This one kid was kind of like, I don't know, he's really introverted and stuff. And I asked one of the ladies what was going on with him. He goes, well, he said his name was Shahid. And this is a true story, by the way, 100% true. And I asked the lady, I said, Shahid, that's an interesting name. I've never heard that before. She goes, spell it out. Shithhead. His name was Shithead. They literally spelled their kid Shithead.
It sounds like the
Damn.
joke from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
100%.
Usual name latrine. Used to be shithouse.
Hand on heart, totally true, Shahid. Anyways, so some people say shithead, some people say Shahid. You know, that's all. I'm just bringing it back.
I was
So,
wondering
look,
where
hey-
you're going with that. It's
That's
I
right.
wasn't sure either. I was like, anyway.
long-winded there. My
You say tomato, I say tomato. You say
No,
shithead, I say Shahid. So a lot of people ask, well, yesterday we talked about how we were going to be on the Geeks and Gamers channel. There's a little bit of miscommunication because just full transparency, as always, when Jeremy and I spoke, I was like, hey, we can have side scrolls on Geeks and Gamers. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. And I was like, well, I want to syndicate it out to everywhere. And Jeremy was like, Jeremy sent me a DM last night. He's like, oh, I thought we were just having it on Geeks and Gamers. So this is what's going to happen. To give you a full week of prep, next Wednesday's side scrollers will be on the Geeks and Gamers channel and not here on this channel. But don't fret, because we'll then take that episode and post it later in the day, just a couple hours later, probably around 2:00. The entire episode will be posted for you guys here on this channel. So with that said, little miscommunication. It happens all the time. No big deal. But wanted to be fully transparent with you guys. So that's why we're not on Geeks and Gamers today. No big deal. Jeremy's going to be here later. Obviously, Dan is still here. And, stuff happens. So big deal. Big whoop.
Okay.
Here we go.
We're still going on to Patreon afterwards for the post show.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, all that is still the same.
Taking care of the patrons. You know what I mean? They're the number ones.
100s. Yep. So please head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers and support the show. We are 35,000.
Great stuff over in Patreon.
Yeah, Dan's a patron, which is awesome.
Dan's a supporter.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. We are 35,300 strong here on the channel, which is great. You guys can find us over on Spotify and iHeartRadio as well if you like the MP3 version. You can also find us on Rumble literally right now. We are live on Rumble. The folks in Rumble have been incredibly nice to us. Make sure you guys find it. If you guys think Rumble is a great alternative to YouTube, we want to be there. So we'll be there every day for the foreseeable future. In addition, if you guys are watching right now, make sure you guys give this episode a thumbs up wherever you're watching. Those thumbs up, it tells people, it says, hey, folks, people like this thing. They're engaged in it. So please do us a favor and hit the thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Indeed. Adam came in. Adam GR says, got 21 more days of college, fellas. Let's go. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute. So it's not Adam? Oh, interesting.
I said some people say Adam. Some people.
No one says that. I'm sorry.
You're right.
A very specific kind of people.
It was a joke.
Craig.
Yes, it
Ooh,
did.
Dan.
Craig is the type of person that
Hey.
says it.
Hey, give it up. Aaron came in. Aaron Bacon says in the TV tax in the BBC, people go to UK, people go to jail. Well, we'll have much to talk about here about the Elon Musk BBC interview very, very shortly. Colt Seaman came in with the $9.99 super chat. Says this is a message to Dan. I sometimes forget your Twitch even exists, but besides that, your cover of Amazing Grace brought me to tears. You are truly the definition of a gifted artist. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. Yeah, Twitch's not my main thing. My main thing is YouTube. I stream on Twitch
Seldomly.
Very seldomly. But hey, I appreciate your kind words. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was my latest video released last weekend.
So we have the Geeks and Gamers folks are coming in. I see a lot of 199s in the chat. So welcome on in, everybody. I really greatly appreciate everybody popping in and saying hello and coming in over from the fun group. Speaking of fun groups, man, oh my God, check this out. The one, the only, Jeremy, D-Day Cobra. Hello, Jeremy. How are you, buddy?
Hey.
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
I see the 199s in the chat represent taking one stupid comment from a hater and turning it into a
You
meme.
need to explain that
now,
to them. Yeah,
Yes, please, fire away.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Really appreciate being on with all of you. Yeah. So just a few days ago, some guy came in our chat and we were talking about Star Wars Celebration cringe. And some guy came in the chat and was calling us retarded and saying like how dumb we are. He's like, you don't understand. Star Wars Celebration has been around since. He meant to say 1999, but he said 199. And the worst thing you can do is if you're gonna insult someone and call them retarded, you probably should not misspell things. And so we highlighted the comment, and then the chat took the 199. They're like, we are the 199. We are. And so it's just like, so then we just fully embraced it. We're just like, well, yeah, that's it. That's our calling card now. We're the 199. We're the 199 battalion here at Geeks and Gamers. And so it's
Glorious.
It's just
Wow.
a thing.
I like how Star Wars been around since Roman emperors.
Man, fucking brilliant, man. Fucking brilliant. Hey, we got the 199 and the G2s hanging out
That's
together.
right.
We need more numerals, which is good. Oh, that's fucking outstanding.
Oh, man, good stuff. Happy to be here. Happy to be here. Thank you, guys.
Stoked, man. We got a really
Jeremy,
good show today.
I got a question. How do you pronounce your name?
What, my name or like
Yeah,
D-Day Cobra?
just say your name. Yeah,
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Did you hear
Yeah.
that, Craig?
Yeah,
Jeremy.
Oh, Jay says Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Well, I mean,
He
what do you
says
expect?
Germany.
What do you expect from Craig? What do you
Germany.
expect from
That's right.
somebody?
That's right.
It's styling, Craig.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's
He
funny,
can't even
Craig.
say his own name.
You almost have a Midwestern accent because here where I live, sometimes they say pillow and pillow and pen and pin, you know, so.
I never, like, for me, like, I didn't know I had a Southern accent until I went to California one time, like 20 years ago. And people were like, you're not from here, are you? I'm like, is there something on me? Like, what, you know, because I grew up in Alabama and Florida. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not from here? And they're like, your accent is so thick. I'm like, really? And then I started getting insecure about it. I'm like, well, is it that bad? But,
Oh, it's bad.
yeah,
It
so,
it
yeah.
is. It really is.
I
To
actually
me,
got
it sounds
All
the
right.
same. It sounds all the same to me. I can't hear it. I can't hear
What?
accents.
You can't?
No, to me,
Why?
people say Jeremy has a thick Southern accent, and
it's not thick.
it's like, really? I don't notice.
Yeah.
Well,
When I
Dan, you hardly have an accent as well.
Oh, thank you.
Bullshit.
Thank you very much.
For the first
It's
2
a-
days in October, Jeremy just kept asking me, what the fuck is your accent? What is your accent? How do you speak? What did you say? Huh? Like the first
Love
2
it.
days. It's like, all right, never mind. I give up.
Hayden came in and says the 199 Bree Battalion has
Bree
arrived.
Battalion,
Are you happy Brie Larson is back?
Ryan is clearly Ryan. We spent the whole Geeks and Gamers Daily talking Ryan just hyping up Bree, and he's in love with her now, all because she liked his Fortnite tweet like 2 months ago. And he hasn't stopped thinking about her since. And I don't know how I'm going to recover from this financially. I really don't. So this has compromised my entire business model.
He's got
John-
he's got posters all over the
Hey.
walls of her feet. It's just like, come on,
She
man.
has like flounder feet, man.
Oh
Ooh.
my God.
They're rough.
Hey,
They're rough.
Dan, John wants you to sing him a song for $2. Give him a $2 song.
Sing me a song. You're a singer.
That's it. That's all you get. That's
And
all you
who
get. I'm
sings
cutting him
that,
off.
Adam?
That was
Damn,
worth
you cut
way
him
more. That was worth way more than
Dan
$2.
Dan Vasque sings.
I was
He
gonna
gave
stop there anyway.
Okay. Listen, we need to establish a decorum here. $2. I mean, Dan's voice is worth $1 million, so we got to make sure that we're delivering here. Jay came in and says, monetize the haters, 199. Hey, Jay, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And finally, we have Marina coming in with the 10-pound super chat. Says, Dan, your new song is so heartfelt and epic. You're the voice of an angel. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's very kind.
Lovely. Of course, you guys can go subscribe to Dan's amazing channel, and of course the D-Day Cobra and Geeks and Gamers channel down below. I'm sure we'll be able to find those links for you guys in the chat. And of course, you guys probably already know they already exist. But if you guys don't, just search Dan Vasc. That's VASC. He's a wonderful, wonderful human being. So, and D-Day Cobra, because you can spell and stuff.
Right.
Neo Nibba says 199 Bree Battalion reporting for duty. There you go. I love it.
I love it. It's so
and also,
good.
it's beautiful, beautiful. And GF Raptor fan gifted a sub over on Twitch to Dan Vasc. Hey, thank you so much.
Hey,
that's wonderful. And
live rants as well.
We do. I see that. That's outstanding over on Rumble. Let me make sure I read these properly. V6 Neon says Cobra Cast IRL. Long live the snake pit. Please note, if you are caught without a TV license, you can be fined £1,000 or go to jail in the UK.
Wow.
really?
Wow.
Jeez.
That's crazy to say.
Some crazy stuff going on in the UK, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a TV. That's crazy. Without a TV license. This is insane. And the clear site with the Rumble rant says, F Sweden. I'm sick of getting Krigler's North War Zone mixed up with my socialist homeland, Switzerland.
That sounds like a you problem, actually.
Lord.
Not really a Sweden problem.
And he lives
that's a
in
you
Finland
issue.
anyway.
No, I don't. People are literally asking me, what's it like being in Finland? It's like, no, I don't live in Finland. I live in Sweden.
Travis for this.
Fucking stupid.
Awesome.
It's right up there.
And Blake comes in with the
Kinda far.
$2 super chat. Says, we love Bree for two reasons. Her smile and personality, clearly. Absolutely.
Definitely
Yeah,
not a
I'm sure that those. Yeah.
Or her
that's
acting
it.
skills.
And Clementine Champolt. How would you say that, Dan? Champolt. Champolt?
I know she's French. So shampoo?
Shampoo. Shampoo.
I don't know.
And it
No, you
wouldn't
don't
be
pronounce the end.
Clementine either. It'd be Clementine.
Clementine shampoo.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that £2 super chat. All right. So we got a lot to talk about today. So much to talk about, and it's such a little amount of time. We appreciate everybody being here. If you guys are new, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. As we talked about early on, we are next Wednesday. Side Scrollers will be on the Geeks and Gamers channel. We talked about it this week. It's my mistake. I messed up.
He's an idiot.
So it happens all the time. Not the first time.
It's
Whoa.
trust me, when
No,
it's
no,
me,
no,
when it's me.
Jeremy, no. He's an idiot. We're good.
I mean,
It's
I'm
established.
100% okay with that. I was gonna
Okay.
just kind of double down and say, even though I make a lot of mistakes, this wasn't one of them. Craig's a fucking idiot. So it's just,
Wow. You've turned
That's
the all
teamwork.
against you.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It makes the dream work. That's fine. I love it. All right, let's we got a lot to talk about, like I said, today. And we're gonna start with some easy stuff, and we're gonna make our way into some other stuff. But right now it's time for my favorite segment. Adam, you better keep your mouth shut here. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news.
This is hard news.
I wasn't allowed to do it.
10 out of 10.
He told
Not
me I
Adam
wasn't allowed to do
Krigler.
it anymore.
Sure, Adam wasn't speaking anymore.
Not
you guys
Adam
are
Krigler.
assholes. It's Adam, all right?
Ethan.
Oh man! Hey, once again, give it up for Paul Hadouken for that glorious, way better than 10 out of 10 Adam Krigler intro right there. That was spectacular.
We don't need
Hey,
Adam anymore.
Fuck me, right? Why am I even here? You know?
who the hell knows? Who the hell
I live
knows?
for the hard news. Come on.
Well, we have an instrumental version as well, which I'll gladly put you in if you like. I can edit that together.
No. Now I don't want to do it anymore.
Good.
Now
good,
he's
get,
mad.
Get the fuck out of here, you
Yeah.
baby. All right. Hey, Clementine came back, says, I just messed up with the super chat. Hey there. So happy to see your face. Can't stay long. See you soon. And good pronunciation. There we go.
All right.
Nice.
She was talking to me, by the way.
Shut up, Adam. All right. and patriotic Gestalt came in with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. That is awesome.
That's just
And,
salt.
Just salt. J Salt. See, it's ridiculous. And John says, Adam, I noticed
Read,
the I noticed the Beanie Boy is now a Trump supporter. Sing me a song. Go get Adam.
Yeah.
Your
Damn.
turn.
He actually came off the fence. I mean, I don't believe it. I think.
He'll be back off. He'll be back on the
it's-
fence next week. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, sure. I'll believe it. Yeah. He was
All
a
right.
Trump supporter before, but anyway. Diana Francisco coming in with a Rumble rant says, "Sorry, missed the beginning. Was watching the hummingbird and snowing. Love you all. Thank you, Diana. Diana's a real one. It's important.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Big Top says it's not hard news unless Adam says it.
Thank you.
Ooh,
Thank you. Like that guy.
it's not hard news.
You
Well,
want me
we're
to say
waiting.
it now? Yeah. You're gonna do that. You're gonna just
I'm
like.
waiting.
If
But you
that-
could've
if
done it already.
Big Top said it. We're just sitting here waiting for you.
I need my introduction, Craig.
It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everyone in the world's favorite segment. It's time for.
Hard news.
All right, there we go. All right,
There we
7 on
go.
10.
Wouldn't have been
All
the
right.
same.
we'll make sure we get it there. It's good. All right. So the big Mario movie came out. Everyone's super excited. It's going to break $1 billion. We all know that. But I just saw the headline to this, and I thought this was really interesting. The Super Mario theme has been put into the National Recording Registry, which is pretty cool in itself. But then it's the songs that it's paired with are amazing. The Madonna classic "Like a Virgin." Which everybody. I'm waiting for a cover from Dan Vasc on that one. I think that'd be,
Gotta
that'd be
make a
awesome.
metal version.
All I Want for Christmas Is You, the Mariah Carey. How do you guys feel about that song? Do you guys like that one?
I like that one.
Yeah,
I
I
know,
like it.
I
It's
know a
good
lot of
song.
people soured on it because it gets overplayed every
Overplayed.
year, but I like it.
I
Yeah.
successfully went through this past Christmas without hearing it one time. I was so hyped.
She's made $80 million just on that one song.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's
I think she
insane.
makes like $1 million every year, easy, just on that song.
That is
Something like
good.
Good for her, man.
Hey, I see the throwbacks to Weird Al in here from Blake's and Like a Surgeon. You know it, man.
Oh, dude.
Classic. Oh,
What did
Weird
that
Al.
woman did with her face, man?
That's tough. That's an
Yeah.
entire,
You mean you don't
entirely
like
different conversation.
Freaky,
Yeah.
the whole 60-year-old.
But you look at some of the songs that are on here when you put like the Mario theme in with Like a Virgin, Stairway to Heaven, Imagine, Margaritaville,
Yeah, these
Take
are some
Me
of the most
Home.
legendary songs ever.
Take me home, country
Right.
roads. That's great.
Sweet Dreams are Sweet Dreams are made of these. Yeah, right. Flashdance, the song from Flash, like these are classics. And the fact that a video game tune is being tossed into this National Video Game Registry is pretty damn cool. I think that's a nice little accomplishment for a song that is pretty much a knockoff of another song. Have you guys seen that video where they talk about the how some of the Mario tunes, the early Nintendo tunes, are just straight up knockoffs of traditional other songs?
Really?
I haven't seen that.
No.
Oh man. Well, we'll need to dig into that maybe next week because it's a fascinating topic. There's the underground theme is straight lifted from a 1977 bass groove. It's Koji Kondo is a genius, right? The musician behind Nintendo, but he has definitely taken a lot over the course of over his time. The star theme is straight ripped from another groove. Dun 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 dun. It's amazing, and you may look at Koji Kondo in a totally different light, specifically when it comes to the original Mario music. It's pretty insane.
Wow.
That is
I'm curious
interesting.
about that.
Yeah, I want to know more about that now. So
Yeah.
Isn't it cool to think that some video game music could win an Oscar?
yeah,
Well,
I mean,
that is- yeah.
I personally think like I will die on the hill of the Super Mario Galaxy soundtrack is just one of the greatest soundtracks ever. Not just video game soundtracks, the greatest soundtracks ever. And I think video game music should get recognized. Look at stuff like Chrono Trigger.
Oh,
there's
Chrono
just so many-
Trigger, man.
Yeah,
Donkey
I mean,
Kong Country is one of
yes.
the best soundtracks, if
Mhm.
not the best soundtrack, in my
I
opinion.
instantly have Frog's theme music in my head just because you
Oh,
said
dude.
Chrono
Yep.
Trigger.
Yep. Yeah, man.
All
Like,
right.
dude, or even Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross has
Chrono
it
Cross.
sounds- oh my gosh, Chrono Cross is so good.
So here's a few examples really quick. I encourage you guys. This is from since you guys are curious, let me pop on this real quick. This is from the YouTube channel Thomas Game Docs. I saw this a while back, and there's an intro attached to it. We're just going to skip ahead a little bit to kind of give you guys some examples here. But I think you guys will find this really fascinating. So here we go. Let's just take this. I don't know where this is at in the video, but it's just looking at the time codes and the most watched, you'll be able to see. So here we go.
Listened to before joining Nintendo influenced the music he would later compose. First, hard rock. I mentioned Deep Purple earlier, right? Well, take a listen to this clip from their 1969 hit, April.
I already hear it.
Mhm.
I already hear it.
What is it?
It's just a slowed down version, right?
Yeah. It's just a slowed down version of the Mario music.
That's
like
the
the-
Zelda.
Is
That's
that
the Zelda?
Zelda?
That's Zelda right there.
Okay,
And you'll hear it
okay.
in a second.
Does that sound familiar? If not, here's a clip from The Legend of Zelda's dungeon theme.
Yep.
The original.
Yep. Okay.
Notice the similarity? Well, he was even more influenced by Japanese fusion. Kondo himself stated, the overworld theme in Mario might show some influence from the Japanese fusion band T-Square.
That's him saying like, yeah, I straight up ripped that off.
Wow.
It
Might.
may.
It might show some influence.
I had heard that Nintendo had ripped off Gusty Garden Galaxy, which is the most iconic theme from Mario Galaxy. I don't know if that's true. I'll have to look that up. But I'd heard that they had kind of ripped that off too. Which that's a riff that they've repurposed 1,000 times on Cloud Top Cruise, on Mario Kart 8. Gusty Garden Galaxy has been reused 1,000 times within Nintendo's music. So now that I've seen this, I'm interested to know if that's actually true. Did they rip off Gusty Garden Galaxy?
It's crazy to me that this did not become like mainstream knowledge too. Like I'm 37 and I'm figuring this out now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. But in Koji Kondo's defense, something, and as a musician and composer, Adam probably knows this. There is such a thing as unconscious ripoffs. You know what I mean? When you have an idea on the back of your head and you think it's yours, and then like 2 weeks later you discover, oh no, that's that song from Led Zeppelin. So that sort of thing can happen, but I'm not convinced that's the case.
Not when you say this though. It's like, oh.
Yeah, when you admit it.
Mm-hmm.
Craig, you're muted.
You muted, Craig.
Craig.
Sorry, I was coughing. We'll do this one, and then we'll then we'll go back to the news. So here we go.
Many people have pinpointed one song, 1984's Sister Marian, as a strong influence. This song came out only 1 year prior to Super Mario Bros., so it's more than likely that it was at the forefront of Kondo's mind while he was composing the infamous Overworld theme.
see, that one to me is more of an influence, not like a copy.
Agreed.
He added one note. That's
first
like
four
vanilla.
notes.
That's
The
vanilla
first four
ice
notes,
going.
it's-
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's just a little. It's one more bass note. It's like it's just one more note. They took the exact same thing, just added.
Yeah, the
one
first four
thing.
notes are exactly the same. That's quite fascinating.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea.
That's
Do you guys
way
want to
more
hear?
than the Zelda theme? Like this one is even more on it.
Do you guys want to hear a couple more, or do you guys want to move on?
Yeah. Let's
This is
listen.
interesting.
Okay,
I kind of
okay.
feel
Very
bad for the
interesting.
original artists. Like they
Okay,
had
here-
this tune and then someone just came and like kind of tweaked it and made it their own and bam.
Guys, by the way, I do see your super chats. We'll read those in just a minute. Thank you guys very much, as well as the gifted memberships. So we'll get to those in just a minute. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. If you guys are new, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, whether you're watching here on YouTube or here on Rumble. We'd greatly appreciate that. And once again, big ups to Rumble for helping us get the word out. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and the follow button if you're on Rumble as well. Let's continue.
Released Piper, another fusion-inspired artist, released Summer Breeze.
Star.
This track starts off with this lengthy guitar strumming intro.
I mean, we all hear that, right? We all
Oh, yeah.
absolutely hear that. Yeah.
Definitely,
It's amazing. Yeah. I mean, we don't
Yeah,
even need to hear that.
That's a little bit more forgiving in my opinion, because those are the same chords and it's not exactly the same melody. So just chords I can forgive, but the other example is about the melody. That's a little bit harder to be a coincidence.
Agreed.
But chords, it's right, Adam. It's easier to
I
have
agree.
similar songs. Just with
well,
chords.
and that one was just kind of like some strumming, whereas the Mario is like dun 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 dun. It's got like a different pulse to it, so it really changes it.
And it's only 2 chords. Like the one song made of only 2 chords. It's gonna be a bunch of songs that are similar.
Yeah, right.
I think this is like, as somebody just listening to, I'm not a musician, right?
Or a professional.
Or a professional at all, at anything, right?
That was his phone.
Well, listen, yeah, it's important stuff. But with that said, by the way, just total side note, total divergent. I talked to my mom this morning about the sign in the back.
Yeah.
And I told her that I'm not 15 anymore, but she said she will indeed buy the sign if
Let's
go.
I need to email her. Awesome.
you don't need to email my mom. I mean, I can literally. Anyways,
Craig
with that said,
she doesn't wants to talk to your mom, Craig.
you know what? No, I'm gonna give you my mom's email just because I want to see how that conversation goes. And all of a sudden, you're gonna find that my mom and Blabs become straight up pen pals, and before you know it, my mom's gonna be visiting you in Guam, and you're gonna be BFFs, and it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be crazy.
I love this.
But I do appreciate hearing a musician's perspective on this, as somebody who doesn't have an ear for music outside of just enjoying music. Like, to hear you dissect this and say, like, well, that's good and that's not. I actually would have thought it's the complete opposite version. Like, what you guys said, because some of these sound more egregious to me, but you guys are saying no, this one's more egregious from a musician perspective. So let's continue on.
Because chords, there's only a limited amount of chords that exist. But in melodies, there's an infinite amount of melodies, because it's a combination of a bunch of notes. But chords, they are limited, so it's more forgiven to have similar chords, in my opinion.
All right, here's this next one.
Limited.
Tsuro Yamashita's 1982 hit Morning Glory. If you've ever played a Zelda game, that
Yeah, you hear that,
song
don't you?
slaps, dude.
Yep.
backing line will instantly hit you as strongly resembling the Fairy Fountain theme.
That's pretty amazing, though.
That is.
Can you play the original one
I
again?
don't think
Yeah,
that
can
one's
you
as-
repeat that?
I don't think that one's very egregious at all, though. It's really hard to pick up on it at first.
Listen to it in the background. Here we
There's
go.
1982 hit Morning Glory. If you've ever played,
It's in the background.
They moved it up about 4 octaves.
It's hard to pinpoint that
I
one.
don't
Yeah.
hear
I
it.
like
Yeah.
I don't hear it either.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, that one doesn't, like, even the previous Zelda one, like, really didn't jump out. Like, those are like the Mario ones for sure, but
It feels like
didn't-
they're reaching a little bit.
yeah.
I think
That's a song that could inspired it. Like, I can see that. Like, he's like, all right, I'm inspired by that. I'm gonna create something similar. Whereas some of them are like, all right, I'm taking this and just altering it the slightest bit and vanilla icing it, and it's mine now.
straight up vanilla ice in it. I love it. All right,
Yeah,
let's go to
one
this.
I don't hear it. Yeah.
Let's go to this last one here.
1979's Let's Not Talk About It by one album jazz ensemble Friendship. Take a listen.
Oh
man,
Wow.
That's the underground theme.
there's no way around this one.
Yeah. Damn, listen to that bass player.
Now, I don't think I even need to point out which track that's at.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's-
Getting it,
undeniable.
dude.
That was immediate.
Yeah, that was pretty much exactly it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
cool though. That's really interesting.
That's
right
very
there.
interesting.
That's cool.
Well, you can definitely go watch that video. It's called. It's from Thomas Game Docs. If you want to go watch that. But anyways, remember the Mario theme, which has been inspired by these other songs, is now being placed, circling it back to the original story. It's now been placed in the National Recording Registry. So
I have a
pretty
question.
amazing stuff.
Is it like the original song, or is it the one that just came out with this movie? I mean, is it like a newer version of it?
Probably
I
the
don't know.
original
Good
Mario
question, good
theme, right?
The original? Okay.
That's what
Yeah,
I
it's
was
the
thinking.
original.
Yeah,
The original Mario theme.
That one.
Yes, exactly. Diana, with some Rumble rants before we move on to our next story, says, did you reach out to the gamer who was paralyzed to have him on the show? Please try hard. He is amazing. Yes, I did. I DM'd him yesterday. Haven't heard back, or a couple days ago, whenever that was. Would love to have him on the show.
I saw that guy. That's pretty amazing. That guy's pretty hardcore.
Yeah,
handy capable.
Yep, handy capable Sean, I believe is what his name was. JBM87 says, Adam, what is it like living in Mushroom Land?
You'd actually, it's pretty accurate. There are a shit ton of mushrooms where I live. And, chanterelle mushrooms are kind of expensive. I go walking in the forest. They're everywhere, man. I just pick them and
that's
more
a
late summer.
Scandinavian thing, right?
Oh, man. But there's a shit ton of mushrooms. A lot of them are poisonous. Yeah. You got to know which ones they are. But the chanterelles are very easy.
You can eat any mushroom. Some of them only once.
This is not medical advice, all right? But he is right.
Oh my God.
Not a doctor.
It's true. I mean, you can absolutely eat everything. It's just you'll only have it one time for sure.
Some of them only once.
If anybody knows about medical advice on YouTube, it's Krigler. He knows all about what that can get you. So
YouTube, this is not medical advice. Please do not do whatever our guest is saying.
All right. Let's move on, but let's read a few of these super chats real quick as we're going to get into this Twitter story, the headline for today. Eden says, I love how Elon's Internet Town Square includes verifying Nazis and putting their tweets in my timeline against my will. Oh, well, Eden, thank you very much for that. It'll be interesting to hear, kind of...
Right. Who they claim is the Nazi in that situation.
And against your will, it's like there's a tab right there that you can click that says following, that you can only see the tweets from people you follow.
Or like see less of this person or block,
Rev Gamer says, hey Craig, here's an idea. Since Adam stays cold, you should make him a black turtleneck with side scrollers embroidered around the collar. Make one for you guys too.
Bling bling.
we can go. Who is the dude at Apple? The Tim. What's his name? The original C. Yeah, Tim. Yeah.
Oh no,
Jobs.
Well, Steve Jobs Steve Jobs the original.
Yes, we should do it with the black turtleneck. Put a little side scroller on. That'd be good.
Hey, it's getting warmer. All right, I'm no longer wearing a winter coat. Did you notice? I'm wearing regular sweatshirts. It's nice. Maybe one day I'll actually just wear a t-shirt. I can't wait. One day, guys.
Bashy Washi came in with the $10 super chat. Bashy says, Castlevania Symphony of the Night is the GOAT. Timeless tracks and by far the best.
I'm playing for the first time ever. It got interrupted by Fortnite. Jeremy got me into this addiction. So
sorry.
Yeah, I got to
interrupt.
Dan. Yeah, I got to interrupt my Castlevania playthrough to play.
How did you miss Symphony of Night though? Like, because you're such a classic.
Yeah, and I don't know. And I was a big PlayStation kid, so I don't know how I missed that.
Well, I'm glad as long as you did play it, and I'll give you some time off from Fortnite to continue. It's worth it to play that.
He'll allow you to play a different game. Is that the relationship you guys have?
Yeah,
totally. Master? What?
I don't want to. I don't think it's time and a place here on Side Scrollers, a very respectable show, to say that I do send over the vocals that Dan actually just uses my voice for all of his music. I don't want to expose Dan right now, but
it's out of the bag now. It's God damn it.
Yeah,
I just can't imagine that voice coming out of Jeremy at any time. I'm sorry, Jeremy at any time.
You said it right.
That's the beauty of it. Yeah, job, you said it right. Proud of you.
But hey, I'm a big Castlevania fan. One of my first Twitch streams was beating Castlevania second loop in a row. By the way, Adam saw it.
I was there for that.
Original Castlevania second loop.
Casablanca.
Pretty cool.
Dude came in with the super chat, says Doom 2016 has the best OST of all time. It's pretty solid. It's pretty rocking for sure.
Doom always got good music.
Paul Hadouken gifted a membership to Big Raj. Thank you so much, Paul Hadouken, the wonderful musician. I'll tell you, there may be a crossover here between Paul Hadouken and Dan Bask at some point because Paul can shred, man. Neo came in with the $5 super chat, says, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest might have been the black sheep of the Final Fantasy series, but it had a banger of a soundtrack. I love the soundtrack talk that has spurred over the previous conversation.
I don't know
Blake,
that game.
Oh, Tactics. It was Mystic Quest was. It came out between 2 and 3 on the Super Nintendo, which would have been 4 and 5, and it was. Yeah, I remember it being kind of a black sheep at the time. It wasn't for like true Final Fantasy players, but yeah, Super Nintendo game. Blake came in, says, next you're going to tell me the star theme is Super Mario Land isn't original either. I don't remember. Do you guys remember the star theme for Super Mario Land? Remember that one?
I never played that one.
Oh, dun 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 dun. Yeah, that's right.
That sounds like the can.
Yeah. And Butterbiscuit came in with the super chat. Says, so Jeremy, when is Ryan getting fired and Beardo a promotion since Ryan became a turncoat?
Yeah. Ryan's completely destroyed the business model of Geeks and Gamers with this newfound love of Brie Larson. So I will be addressing that effective immediately. No worries.
Oh, good. Excellent. All right. So now that we've established that someone will be losing their job, let's turn to somebody who's fired about 3/4 of his workforce. Elon Musk did an impromptu interview with a BBC reporter, and I think we need to have a little context here. This is a gentleman named James Clayton, and he is a reporter for BBC North America. And he tries to explain tech as clearly and simply as possible. So he's based in San Francisco. And the long and short of it was he emailed Elon Musk and said, hey, I'd like to do an interview about the first 6 months at Twitter. And Elon Musk was like, sure, how about tonight? So they went to the Twitter headquarters. They set up a camera. And it's interesting because this is the article right here that the BBC posted about it. And you can tell immediately from the phrasing, the titling of this is extremely misleading because it makes it sound like Elon Musk is asking him what it's like to interview the billionaire Twitter boss. Like whenever you put a colon attached to that, it makes it sound like that's what he's asking.
Man, that's so disingenuous.
Yep.
Right.
Dude.
So right off the bat, like that's the thing that caught me immediately. So he talks about how they set up the interview and everything here as I went through and I read this. And he was apparently pretty obvious because he talks about whether or not the court forced him to buy Twitter, and Elon Musk's like, yeah, I was forced to buy Twitter. I did a kind of I didn't really want to, but I did anyways. But I want to key on this video here. This is titled "Watch Elon Musk's Unexpected BBC Interview in 90 Seconds." Okay, so I want to watch this really quick, and then I want to watch the clip that's making our way around. So let's go tune this in. This is how the BBC is perceiving this interview for everybody, and they want to present it publicly. So let's go and watch this.
I think it was around just under 8,000, and we're about 1,500 right now.
Okay. And has it been hard letting that many people go?
Yeah, it's not fun at all. It's painful. The company's either going to go bankrupt, or if we do not cut costs immediately. This is not a uncaring situation. It's like if the whole ship sinks, then nobody's got a job. This hasn't been some sort of party. So it's been really quite a stressful situation. So it's been quite painful. But I think at the end of the day, it should have been done. I think were there many mistakes made along the way? Of course, But all's well that ends well. I know the BBC, for example, is not thrilled about being labeled state-affiliated media. I mean, our goal is simply to.
And to be clear, that's why the interview was set up, because he wanted to reach out, and Elon Musk put all these labels on certain things, and including the BBC, because they receive funding from taxes and the government to essentially exist. And he did that with. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that first question, the first thing that they were talking about them laying off, I don't know, what, 6,000 people, 6,500 people. I mean, there's all these other companies that are laying off way more, and no one's complaining about it. This isn't something that only happened with Twitter. It's happening all over the place from people cutting costs, and no one's focused on anything else. And there are way more people losing jobs. But Twitter is oh, well, what Twitter? Elon Musk fired a bunch of people. And it's like, yeah, so did everyone else.
And what people don't realize is companies like Twitter what they do is they take loans out and they operate in debt. So they drive up their stock price and then sell the company, and that's exactly what they did. So that's how they get their money. They don't have an inflow of cash. It's all debt. That's managed debt.
So Mikey comes in, says he has literally laughed and fired people via his Twitter account. All right, tell me how badly it sucks to terminate people. I think that in situations that you're talking about, Mikey, and Mikey follows up with says you should know about a whataboutism argument is rarely a good one.
Hold
Mikey,
on, let me respond.
Please.
If you don't mind.
Go crazy.
Well, first off, the first thing you said about the tweets, the people that he fired on Twitter, those people were shit at their jobs.
Yeah, show me the context.
And admitted, and he didn't just fire them. He gave them a chance. All right, well, you're publicly trying to do this public. Fine. Like, answer these simple questions about your job. And they were like, up. And he was like, you know what? That's it. Like, just proved to me you can't even do your job. And this is a joke. And they got fired for it because they were trying, instead of going internally through the company to try to like handle what was going on, they posted on Twitter. So the world can see them trying to own Elon Musk. It's like, what kind of, how professional is that? That's not professional at all. It's worth laughing at. They should be shamed and should be fired.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, why would you keep people who like sink your ship, basically?
And so what aboutism? All right. Why is the news media focused on Twitter firing people when everyone is getting fired nowadays? All over the place. But Twitter is the only company that they're complaining about people getting fired from. I'm just pointing it out that it's something to think about. Oh, because they don't want people to be okay with Elon owning Twitter.
Right.
Anyway,
And all those people would have got fired anyway after they sold the company, which they would have done anyway to somebody else.
Yeah, the company was not going to sustain its profitability much longer. I mean, 2016, when a certain someone was elected and used that platform, is kind of what saved Twitter, because Twitter was dying.
It's true.
And so without him there, they significantly got hurt. And it's not like the 8,000 people were going to be jobless anyway if Elon didn't buy it. So now what Elon has done is bought it and maintained a small portion of the good employees. So that he can cut costs and make profits.
So Game Too Easy says, not into politics, I'm out. This is not politics. This is something that is happening across all of tech. Facebook just fired 12,000 people. Like this is a widespread issue across all of tech, across all of advertising, right? If you want to talk about a recession, we can, but and the decisions that were made to get to us to this point, we can, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the actions of a CEO based off of his team, his platform that he now owns, that he invested billions of dollars in to get there. So let's continue on to this this interview here. Once again, this is 90 seconds. This is how they wanted the BBC wants this interview to be portrayed.
Yep.
To be as truthful and accurate as possible. We're adjusting the label to be publicly funded, which I think is perhaps not too objectionable. Have I shot myself in the foot with tweets multiple times? Yes. I think I should not tweet after 3 a.m. If you're going to tweet something that maybe is controversial, save it as a draft and look at it the next day and see if you still want to tweet.
Probably a good rule for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
That just tells me, as much as I think Elon Musk is an alien, he has some human elements to him, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yes, everybody should, there should be a certain point where you should stop putting out tweets on what you think, you know, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning or for some people, it's 3 p.m.
I don't tweet as much as I used to. I used to respond to everybody on social media, and I occasionally do now just to make a video out of it, but I don't respond as much as I used to on Twitter.
Right.
It's a library that nobody goes to on the 7th floor, and there's a couch there, and I sleep there sometimes.
So that's the hard-hitting interview.
Dude, they left so much out. My gosh, they left so much out. Including Elon absolutely destroying this dude beyond belief.
What, Craig, you're going to play that, right? I believe.
100%. Listen, this is called setting it up, my friends, because you can see, like I said, I do not trust media as at all. I don't trust journalists because I've been there. I've seen it. I've experienced the idea that I go back to this every single time. When you work for a media company, it is a company. It is built to make money. It is built to generate advertising. It is built to generate clicks, right? And that's the thing that people forget about. Like, this is not, this is not the day of well, we're just going to keep it free and clear right down the middle. Everybody's going in with an agenda. Everybody. The idea of keeping it fair and sane down the middle is asinine in the year 2023, and it has been for many, many years. So that's the way that the BBC wanted to present it. So let's see about what actually happened. And the fact that this was actually put out there, is fascinating to me, that the BBC would publish this part of the interview.
They probably tried to get it pulled, to be honest. They're like, shit, how do we pull this without coming off as censoring?
GK came in with a $5 super chat, says the only good Twitter employee is an ex-Twitter employee. And Trident came in with the $20 super chat, says, why would an app like Twitter need 8,000 employees anyways? I worked for a game/app companies before. Make it make sense. I don't think it did. It never made sense, ever, at any point, having 8,000 employees. It's called redundancy. Jack Trent says, Craig, you sweet summer child. Don't you know everything is political? I know.
Dude,
I think
isn't that super annoying? Like, everyone politicizing everything nowadays. You can't have a conversation without someone coming up, hey, that's political. No, it's not. You're politicizing it. I'm just talking about something neutral. You don't even know what my politics are. But because of that, we live in a day and age that everything comes with a package of ideas. If you believe X, you must believe Y as well. So that's super annoying. You're putting people in a box. That's not cool.
Yeah, well, look, ever since a person said they're out because of politics, views have went up. So there you go.
Scotty says, biblical podcast and F yes, Adam Darty. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate that. And Mikey came, says, love you, Craig and Adam. Even if we agree 0.02% of the time. Hey, Mikey.
I like that. Hold on. That deserves a bangerang. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I appreciate you being here.
That's what's up.
100%. That's the beauty of this, is the idea that we don't necessarily have to agree on things. And you know what? It's cool. It's amazing how that works out. Wow.
I know, right?
Let's go. All right. Let's see an actual clip. This is an unedited 4-minute, 18-second clip. I wanted to watch the entire thing, and we'll stop and start as we go through here. But at this point, Musk is being asked a question by James Clayton. Once again, this is the BBC North America reporter for tech. And we'll just kind of go through here and see kind of how it goes. Because, well, I'll let you guys judge what happens.
I would only just add that we have spoken to people who have been sacked that used to be in content moderation, and we've spoken to people very recently who were involved in moderation, and they just say there's not enough people to police this stuff, particularly around hate speech in the company. Is that
what hate speech are you talking about? I mean, you use Twitter,
right?
Do you see a rise in hate speech?
I mean,
just a personal anecdote. Like, what do you? I don't.
Personally,
Can we pause it for 1 second? And you notice he said hate speech in the company, not even like on Twitter. That's what
I think that's what he's speaking about, though. He's saying,
I know, but he said
his timeline.
Something wrong. You know what I mean? And
right.
People could take that wrong. It's the same as titling it wrong.
Yeah, there's a clear agenda there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's continue.
I don't.
Personally, for you, I would see I get more of that kind of content. Yeah.
Okay, so keep in mind that this reporter, Mr. James here, has just said, personally, this is what happens to me.
Personally, but I'm not going to talk to the rest of for the rest of Twitter.
So you see more hate speech personally?
I would say I would see more hateful content in that.
Content you don't like or hateful? What do you mean to describe a hateful thing?
Yeah, I mean, just content that will solicit a reaction, something that may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist, those kinds of things.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
So at this point, Elon has totally.
I love it.
Totally.
Look at you can see the wheels coming to a halt on the guy on the right.
And at that moment, he knew he fucked up.
He backtracks a lot this interview, I've noticed. Because like, at first it sounds like he's saying, "Oh, I use Twitter," but then when he points it out, he's like, "Oh, I don't use Twitter anymore. No." It's like, wow.
Well,
Okay.
this is what happens. This is a perfect example, like Dan said, when you have an agenda and you're going to an interview. It's supposed to be an interview, but you go in with this agenda. So basically, you're making statements so Elon can then ask you questions about your stupid ass statements.
And by the way, this question that Elon has asked is a totally reasonable question to ask of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So define what you're talking about. Give me an example of this. And if this is this, then what should happen? So let's continue.
Slightly racist or slightly sexist, those kinds of things.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm
Well, I'm just curious. I'm trying to understand what you mean by hateful content. And I'm asking for specific examples. And you just said that if something is slightly sexist, that's hateful content. Does that mean that it should be banned?
Well, you've asked me whether my feed, whether it's got less or more. I'd say it's got slightly more.
That's why I'm asking for examples.
From your perspective.
I honestly don't use. Honestly, I
you
don't.
Can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why, because I don't actually use that for you.
Okay.
The worst thing you can do to one of those types is to ask for definitions, because that's not how they operate within themselves. It's just like emotionally based opinions. And if you ask someone for objective definition in something that it's all about emotions, you just break them.
Well, it's because they keep changing the definition. They keep changing what a word actually means, so nothing will actually be right. And so like, oh, well, it's in this now.
He said something very important in this next little bit that I'm gonna tell you to pause it so I can talk about it.
Sounds good. Jeremy, you had something?
No. I just say it's just so beautiful because these are the types of things that most reporters don't face. Is someone holding their nonsense accountable. They spew stuff out. And people just sit there and dance around it it's like, no, you need to be held accountable for the nonsense you're saying. You just made a statement about Twitter and hate speech, and you need to back up what you're saying. And we've seen this over and over again. Hold their feet to the fire. And obviously, like, for some reason, these people, they continue to dismiss the fact that Elon Musk is a brilliant human being because they don't like him, because they've been trained that he's toxic or whatever. This dude is playing on a completely different level than you. And you just walked right into this face first. And it was beautiful to watch this. And he just calmly and just picks him apart like a superstar quarterback in the fourth quarter. Just picks him apart. Just lets him walk into this. It was so good to watch.
So what
I miss old interviews like this. We don't have that anymore, do we? Where it's like an actual interview with real answers. I feel like it's gone now. It's all like changed.
Real questions, actually. Questions that are not statements.
And not just real questions, simple questions. And that's what all Elon is doing right here, is asking very simple questions. You say this, provide an example, right? And that's it. It's a very simple retort. It's once again, we talk about how this is a show built around common sense. These are common sense questions that Musk is asking back to him, which is what makes it even more fascinating to see, because he has no response. Well, when I use Twitter, I've seen an uptick of this. Well, he said, well, you just said this. He goes, well, no, actually, I don't use Twitter for that. He just said it 1 minute ago that he uses Twitter. And I was like, well,
what he's trying to do is hide behind the classic, well, I'm a news guy. I'm just asking the question. Yeah, but when you go into it, framing it as, well, I spoke to these people and they disagree with you, but you didn't speak to the other people who said this and the other people who said this. So that's your point of view. That's your perspective.
Biased.
And you may say it's not.
Journalism shouldn't be biased, and it is.
You gotta let it play a little bit, because it all makes sense.
All right, let's continue on.
Statement.
Let's continue on.
Honestly,
you can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why, because I don't actually use that for you feed anymore, because I just don't particularly like it.
But you
said a lot of people are quite similar. I only look at
hang on a second.
My
you said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I'm not sure I've used that feed for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and
then how did you see the hateful content?
Because I've been using Twitter since you've taken it over for the last 6 months.
Okay, so then you must have at some point seen the for you hateful content. I'm asking for one example.
Right.
And you can't give a single one.
And I'm saying
I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes, because you can't give a single example of hateful content. Not
Wait
even
for
one
it. Wait
tweet.
for it.
And yet you claimed that the hateful content was high.
Well,
that's false.
No, what I claimed,
you just lied.
What I claimed
Listen
was,
to this.
There are many organizations that say that kind of information
Pause it.
is on.
Oh,
Yes.
Pause it. There are many organizations that are saying this. This is the narrative that they're pushing. That man is a brainless lemming.
Yes.
Okay? All he's doing is regurgitating what he's told to regurgitate.
Yep.
He doesn't have any examples because he doesn't know anything about anything. That's why Elon Musk just fucking served him up and freaking spiked him down, dude. Because all he heard was like, all right, get him to talk about the hateful comment or content, and it's like, all right, hey, what about hateful content? Well, what is it? Oh, I don't know. I was just told I'm just doing what I'm told. None of these people have any clue. Like, creativity is dead. Thinking about on your own is dead. These people just are following the numbers, paint by numbers. That's all they're doing. He has no clue what he's doing.
I actually think
So stupid.
It's worse than just regurgitating because he is then putting it as fact for him. He's saying this happened to me. It's my experience. So it's worse than just saying these companies are saying this, you know?
Well, no. It's that these people that are regurgitating this stuff, they mindlessly, brainlessly agree with it and think that it exists because it reaffirms their worldview. Their worldview is set in this one spot. And if it's challenged at all, they have that fight or flight. I gotta fight back because this is what it is. So they think that Elon Musk is some evil guy that wants to allow hate speech and allow the racist white people to drop the N-word because they will. And then it turns out it was just a bunch of people tweeting about a bunch of white people are going to say the N-word now. And like, that's all the tweets were. It wasn't like an uptick of people saying the N-word. It was just those people saying, hey, where is it? I'm going to see all these people, these racists saying this stuff. It's like, shut up.
I feel like there's this thought process of people who are like, well, now that Elon Musk owns it, there's going to be this other group of people who are like, well, it's time to say the N-word a bunch. Let's go. It's like
they believe it because they were told that it was going to happen.
Right, and that's just it. That's the biggest bullshit thing that any sort of journalist does. Sources say, people say, this group says. And that's such a piece of trash. My sources say, like, I'm all about like the idea of having I think anonymous sources can be important. But when you go into an interview like this and you say, hey, these certain groups are saying, oh, really? What certain groups? And do they have examples of this? Because right now it's all built around speculation and hearsay and feelings. That's really what it comes down to.
You know what this reminds me of, and to tie it into like entertainment and pop culture, it's like that guy who said, don't think, just consume the product and move on to the next thing. That's what it feels like to me.
Right. And some people, I saw Still Gaming in the chat was like, Elon Musk, my favorite game. And I was like, this is a gaming and entertainment podcast, and common sense is the underlying theme across to this. This interview is the quintessential common sense interview where the interviewer is getting common sense slapped back at them, which is why. And by the end of the day, this is just entertaining. Like, this is entertaining to watch. So that is why we're talking about today.
That was very entertaining. Watching Elon Musk stand firm and totally shit on this guy. That was entertaining to me.
Imagine if games journalists dealt with what Elon just put to that. I mean, because games journalism is dead. It is dead.
Journalism is dead.
Yeah, I know. But in terms of like the context of like the gaming side, like games journalism is so dead, and that represents why, because you have so many of these people that are controlled. And if you go back to, I was talking to Chris Gore about this last night on Tuesday Night's Main Event, where, man, when I growing up, man, Electronic Gaming Monthly, Game Pro, those publications were amazing, and the people involved in those publications, they talked about gaming and they
liked gaming
stuff,
too.
And it's like,
they actually enjoyed it.
And now you look at games journalism, And
Easy mode.
every time they talk, it's about everything but gaming because they're activists and they have been, they don't care about it in the first place. They came in for a whole different set of reasons. So if everyone was handling these journalists like Elon Musk handled that situation, we'd be in a lot better shape.
Oh, yeah.
You just push back. Just push back. That's it. You know, like really tell me how. Proof. Provide it. Let's go and continue on to this because this is really, really fun. Hyenafer came in with the $1.99 super chat. Says Elon activated his trap card. I think the guy just walked right into it. I don't think Elon put anything down. He just was asking simple questions, which
I think everyone should ask those questions if they're being told, hatred is on the rise. All right, proof.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Richard Simmons came in and says, I can guarantee that reporter has lower T than me. Lower testosterone coming in. I love that.
Very likely.
Hey, if you guys are watching,
hashtag where's Gene Simmons? You guys know about that? He like disappeared.
Right,
no one knows where he's at.
Gene Simmons, the Kiss guy.
What's that about?
Or
no, that was Gene. I thought it was Richard.
Richard Simmons was the
Richard
exercise
Simmons.
guy.
You read Gene, but it's Richard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Richard Simmons. Yes, he says I can guarantee that reporter has a lower T than me. And let's be real, Richard Simmons, amazing.
Yeah,
like,
it was. I read the super chat, so I knew it was Richard Simmons. So I
apologize.
Thinking, I don't know why you changed it. Learn how to read. So,
well, just one of those things in the back of my brain. Hey, but listen, when it comes to video game journalists, we all know that I am the #1 video game journalist in the world. We all understand that. Bill says,
the only one left.
That's right. Bill says Elon has been smacking down journalists since 199. And Hayden says real gaming journalists would be Witcher 3. Why can't we choose both Triss and Yennefer? Asking hard questions, Hayden. And Jeremy Wormy says, not trying to get political, but the use of the N-word did go up on Twitter after Elon took over, but it was the people saying it was going to go up that caused it. 199 G&G forever. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yep.
Right.
That's exactly it.
And Mike came in over on Twitch, says, here we go. Says, left-wing media wants to keep things in the gray. They don't want to solve anything. They just want to continue to create noise for clicks as the definition of hate has no limits, which they'll use as a weapon to shut people down that they simply don't agree with.
The definition of hate speech is anything that triggers their worldview, anything that goes against their worldview. That's pretty much it. Anything outside of that little bubble that they live in is hate speech. It could be truth. Most of it is, in fact, truth. And they can't handle that.
Yolto G-Man says this is why people call them dirty smear merchants. I don't know who calls them that, but I like it. Dirty smear merchants. Let's continue on with this interview here. All right. Because we still have 2 more minutes.
Say that kind of information is on the rise. Now, whether it has on my feed or not, I mean, right, and literally, if you look at something like the Strategic Dialogue Institute in the UK, they will say that. So
look, people will say all sorts of nonsense. I'm literally asking for a single example, and you can't name one.
Right, and as I already said, I don't use that feed. But
then how would you know that?
I don't think this is getting anywhere.
You literally said you experienced more hateful content, and then couldn't name a single example.
Right, and as I said,
that's absurd.
I haven't actually looked at that feed.
Then how would you know this hateful content?
It's like this is what I'm seeing. Well, how do you know? Well, I don't actually see it. But how do you know? Because I don't use it.
Because organizations said that it was happening.
Right.
Such dishonesty. Such dishonesty. And then you wonder why people don't like the mainstream media. Why people think they're dishonest. Why people don't credit them anymore. Don't give them credibility. It's extraordinary.
Oh my
Imagine
gosh.
like interviewing Elon Musk and then you just shit all over yourself in this interview. That's such a waste of an opportunity. It's embarrassing, like rough. Good luck recovering.
The crazy thing about this is that Elon didn't prepare for this, right? This guy just walked in. This guy had time to prepare for this interview, right? This was just a line item on Elon's schedule throughout the day. At 6:15, I'm doing this. At 6:27, I'm moving on to this. At 7:15, I'm doing this interview. Like this is just something that happened for Elon. This guy's entire day was built around this prep and going in. And as a journalist, your job is to prepare for what you're about to do.
Seriously underestimated, Elon. Seriously underestimated.
Why don't you just believe what I'm saying, Elon?
let's continue on.
Then how would you know this hateful content?
Because I'm saying that's what I saw a few weeks ago. I can't give you an exact example. Let's move on.
Please have mercy. Let's move on.
Oh my
Now,
God.
see, now I at this point, I wouldn't have blamed Elon Musk for being like, it's clear you have an agenda here, and I
Yeah.
think this interview is done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he should have done that because he owned him. It was clear the dude was just trying to, I got you. I got you for
got you
BBC.
moment.
Ha! I'm gonna get a raise now. It's like, bro, you're not a journalist. You're just trying to push your agenda. You're asking pointed questions. You don't have any sources for anything you're saying. Why am I here? Elon Musk, like, his time is very, very valuable. He's one of the richest guys on the planet. All right. So it's like, why should he be wasting his time? He got the what we just saw was just like gold and proved what you were just saying, Craig. No one gives the news media credit anymore because they are dirty smear merchants. That's what they do.
The thing I think is amazing is that the BBC not only put this out, but they put a watermark in the corner up here in the upper left corner that actually says this is a BBC production. So everyone can look and laugh at them for this. This is mind-blowing
Look
to
how
me.
stupid we are. Yay!
Oh my God.
That's why everyone should watch the real BBC.
Hey,
What-
True.
With Nerd
Shout out
Sonic
to the real.
Shout
Shout
out.
out to the real.
and Hill versus Babyface and Mahler.
Kyle says, shout out to Jeremy for not calling the Super Mario Brothers movie. It says, we just escapism. Kyle, thank you very much.
Seen it twice. Can't wait to see it again. Don't know when I'm gonna see it again, but yeah, I loved it. Loved it so much. So even better the second time.
Nice.
Blake coming in says, Elon slapping the narrative to half court, man, just straight up rejecting this shit. It's
We need a
amazing stuff.
T-shirt. We need a T-shirt with Craig slapping some. I don't know what it's gonna be, but back to
Adam.
half court.
Slapping Adam.
No, that's
Absolutely.
all right. You know what? Yeah, fine. I'll do that.
Just straight up rejecting it. It's insane. All right, let's continue on. We still got another minute.
We only have a certain amount of time. COVID.
And he's like, Elon's
Wait, back up a little
Wow.
bit. Look at Elon's face when he says that.
What did it say?
so
Listen
he-
again.
So yeah, the reporter's trying to back up, and Elon's just like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like,
Look at Elon's face.
I haven't actually looked at that feed.
Then how
say
would you
for a
know this
few
hateful
weeks,
content?
Because I'm saying that's what I saw a few weeks ago. I can't give you an exact example. Let's move on.
But I didn't see it. They
this
said
face
it.
right here.
Look at this jackass's face. He's like, I can't believe I'm dealing with this asshole. Like, how? Why is he being so stubborn in my interview?
Yep.
We only have a certain amount of time.
Look at his face. Like, did he just say that? We don't have a lot of time, bro. Like, I don't have a lot of time. Dude. He's got the Boring Company. He's got Tesla. He's trying to go to Mars. He's got Twitter. Like, fuck you, dude.
Oh my
This
god.
interviewer seems so impatient, so aggravated that it's
What the
not going his
fuck?
way. He's kind of like a child almost. Like, let's move on. We have to get going.
If
I'm
you
gonna
notice,
say-
Elon turned and looked at the other two people in the room like, did he really just fucking say that to me?
You guys see that guy? Oh, the cringe, man, is physically painful.
In the 3 minutes that this answer has happened, in the 3 minutes of this video, like Elon has, I don't know, whatever this guy's salary is on the right, Elon has taken that and it's, I don't know, 20 times what this guy's salary is in the last 3 minutes. Like this guy's saying, oh, we don't have a whole lot of time. Elon's like, my time is more valuable than anybody else's in the entire world, right? And you're telling me it's crazy, man.
Jesus.
Well, COVID misinformation.
Oh, this is
Oh my
brilliant.
God.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Define COVID misinformation.
Here we go.
Amount of
Don't even
time.
get me started.
All right. Well,
He
Well,
can't
oh,
believe
man.
You
Amazing.
You changed the COVID misinformation.
Has
rules.
BBC changed its COVID
Amazing.
misinformation?
The BBC does not set the rules on Twitter, so I'm asking you.
No, I'm talking about the BBC's misinformation about COVID.
Oh,
that awkward silence.
Yeah.
he doesn't know what to say.
Yeah.
He's like error 4
Error
not
code.
found.
Yeah, I love how
Remember
I-
Windows 98 error code?
Yes, yes. So like here's the thing is so this guy expects Elon Musk to answer for hate speech on a platform that has hundreds of millions of users. And then he can't cite one single example, but he expects Elon to answer for that. Yet he can't answer for his own company that he works for and represents when Elon point blank says, here's what you guys reported on. And it just, this is the mindset of these people where they're just, you have to answer for everybody else, but we don't have to answer for ourselves.
It's embarrassing to be that guy. Rough.
It's acting like you're on the moral high ground. That's what it is. When you put yourself in your mind on the moral high ground, you're better than everybody else, and you don't have to answer for anything. Your company's better than theirs. They're bad, you're good. If you're
Rules
good,
for
they're
thee,
bad.
not for me.
Right? Why should you have to answer anything?
Yep. Unbelievable. Craig, you're muted again.
You're muted again.
Would you like to know why?
Boomer, you're coughing.
Because he's a journalist and he is important.
Yes,
Small energy.
Oh,
let's go ahead.
Plebs.
Let's go ahead and count the seconds of silence in between Elon Musk asking him his response here
on Twitter. So I'm asking you.
No, I'm talking about the BBC's misinformation about COVID.
1,
2,
2,
3, 4.
I'm literally asking you about
4 seconds of just blank staring at Elon Musk's
4
face.
seconds of pain.
Oh, that's great.
And Elon
Probably
Musk
like 30
just
seconds in his eyes too.
Elon
He's like, "Oh,
Musk
shit,
just made
forever."
$80,000 in that 4 seconds.
Right, exactly.
You know, his yearly salary.
the COVID misinformation labels. There used to be a policy, and then it disappeared. Why do that?
Well, COVID is no longer an issue. Does the BBC hold itself at all responsible for misinformation regarding masking and side effects of vaccinations, and not reporting on that at all? And what about the fact that the BBC was put under pressure by the British government to change its editorial policy? Are you aware of that?
This is not an interview about the BBC.
Thank God. Imagine if you were.
Yeah, so my company needs to be beholden to these morality clauses that you make, but your company, oh fuck, they can do whatever they want.
Or what about Twitter banning actual doctors and doctors that maybe, I don't know, helped invent the fucking technology behind the vaccine, that were talking about it, that were trying to express their hesitation. I'm trying to be as YouTube friendly as possible, because what Elon just said, I don't even know is allowed. I certainly have gotten in trouble for what Elon just said. So I'm already a little worried about the YouTube algorithms right now. But it's kind of crazy to think about. I love what Elon said, because a lot of the news media is at fault for a lot of the shit that people are dealing with now.
Right. You see.
I can't say everything I want to say right now, but
which is insane to me. But we'll get there. We only got we're in the stretch run here with Elon just putting him over the grill and just letting him burn. Here we go.
To change its editorial policy. Are you aware of that?
This is not an interview about the BBC.
Oh, you thought it wasn't?
Oh, really?
What is now, bitch?
I see now why you've done Twitter Spaces. I am not a representative of the BBC's editorial policy. I want to make that clear. Let's talk about something else. We want to talk about the BBC. All right, let's talk about something else.
You weren't expecting that.
Let's talk about something else.
Please let me just talk about something else.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just trying to swim up. Yeah. Oh my God.
You know what?
Like I'm drowning.
You know what? I think Elon Musk deserves some applause for that. Good job, Elon. Way to shit all over that guy.
I agree.
So
that was beautiful.
Let's go back once again to that 90-second video we watched at the very beginning of this. During this 90-second video presented on BBC.com, was any of that presented at all?
No.
Of course not.
Of course not.
I would
Like
love.
BBC look good.
Yeah, I would love to see what 90 seconds of that they put on there.
You just saw it right there. You just saw. I mean, this is the way that it's meant to be presented. This 90-second clip that the BBC wants to present it. The irony in all this is that Twitter, which is what they're interviewing about, is making the BBC look like a bunch of asshats.
So that was the video they posted.
This was the 90-second clip that the BBC posted
of the
First
entire
clip
interview.
that we watched, Travis.
Yes. And
Wow.
I'm sure they'll slice together the whole thing, but it'll definitely be edited down drastically. You know, going into the, you know, with some sort of post-production attached to it. But when you just look at it raw, I mean, a single camera shot and Musk providing just a teeny tiny little pushback on it. He has no idea where to go. No idea. It's fascinating.
Someone in chat, Vic Fox over on Rumble said it reminds me of the Jordan Peterson interview on BBC. Exactly. So you're saying and then, you know, he finally was like, yeah, but you're certainly willing to offend me. You know, what's the difference there? And she had nothing, because he was right. Oh, you can offend if it's offending someone outside of their little worldview bubble. Oh, I can offend you, but you can't offend anyone in our little bubble. No,
Right.
no. That's you're a fascist. You're a bigot. You're a whatever ists you want to slap on anyone.
When you put them up against the same standards that they put you up, they glitch. They glitch. They malfunction.
Well said. Exactly.
Diana over on with a Rumble rant. Thank you so much. Seriously, we need to do that with government agencies as well. Make those cuts. Talking about thinning down companies. I
Or just
100% agree.
completely.
Yeah, well. And V6 Neon over on Rumble with a Rumble rant says during the EU referendum to the BBC went all out on all-out smear campaign propaganda against Brexit, which earned its nickname the Brussels Brainwashing Corporation. The BBC has been anti-British since it began. I said, I don't know, don't live in Britain, but all I know is what I see.
He does.
Oh yeah, right. I don't. So, but Mike came into the 100 bits. Thank you so much, Mike. And Kyle says for not calling it anti-woke. You're talking about the Mario movie, Kyle. Thank you very much.
Oh,
and,
yeah. I don't like that there's this narrative surrounding the Mario movie that it's anti-woke, because it's 100% not anti-woke. It's just a movie with Mario. And that's not anti-woke. It's just not, it's not what you have come to expect, I guess, from Hollywood, but it's very much in line with Nintendo. And Nintendo, thankfully, they don't, the blessing and the curse from Nintendo is that they don't pay attention to nonsense and noise. And sometimes that can be a bad thing, because you're like, what the hell are you doing, Nintendo? What are you doing to us? But on the other hand, they don't pay attention to a lot of the social justice propaganda out there either. So it's just a movie with Mario.
Which is exactly what it should be.
Yes.
Exactly what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Hayden came in with a $2 super chat. Says dial-up modem sounds, right? Speaking of the journalist over there from the BBC. All right, man. Well, look, that was an awesome watch, and it'll be interesting to see how the BBC puts the narrative that they want to push out there. Because I think anybody who sees, once again, just the raw footage, and the idea that the raw footage exists and it's just out there and it's there for everyone to see without any sort of editing is amazing. And I wish that all interviews would do that. I think that we're at a time and place to where you don't need to worry about cutting things for time. The internet will ultimately decide what needs to be cut and what doesn't need to be cut, because they'll decide if they need to watch it or not. And
you don't think that was part of Elon's contract, that they have to put out the entire interview?
There wasn't a contract.
Well, the
agreement,
terms, right? The terms of the verbal contract.
Right, and part of his agreement was this interview actually took place on Twitter Spaces last night, and apparently 3 million people listened to the interview there, so it was already
okay.
So
that's funny.
That was a wise thing to do.
Very.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is, Elon has said over and over again, he wants Twitter to be, he wants to be transparent. And there have been obviously decisions that Elon's made that has been, I don't know, you look at it and you're like, well, that seems very all of a sudden. And I think that's, when you're one dude running the show and everything points to you and you got to make decisions. I think that happens, where you're like, well, that didn't work out. Sorry, I screwed that up. And I feel like he's owned most of that. Now, yeah, he certainly hasn't been perfect, but I'll take Twitter now over Twitter 6 months ago for sure, or it's definitely a year or two ago.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to move on? We got maybe a couple more quick hits before we head out. Do our post show.
Let's do one more, and because Jeremy's got to bounce soon. So
sounds good.
I gotta bounce at 1:30 or my time.
Sounds good.
So
Well, let's just do a couple quick hits then, and we'll kind of go there. Jeremy, thanks so much for spending time with us. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the D-Day Cobra and go watch the Cobra Cast when he does those.
Tonight, CobraCast IRL, the single most important show on YouTube with IRL in the name, the most viewers to most members, and we never shut our chat down for members only because almost everyone's a member already. Adam needs to join me at some point in time.
Is he? Did he shut it down for members only
after the Eliza Blue stuff? Yeah,
Adam's laugh.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
You got to come on CobraCast. Everybody's asking for you.
To.
Everybody's asking for you. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What you don't know, Jeremy, is that actually Side Scrollers will be the #1 podcast for members with the term "side" in the title from 11 o'clock Central Time to whenever it is we want to go. So we got to bump the member numbers up. We're at rookie numbers. We got to catch up to the CobraCast IRL. So, all right, a couple quick hits to finish up over here. Jeremy, you watched.
What is the Jeremy?
I found like Forrest Gump over here.
Are you Forrest Gump?
Jeremy, you watch wrestling, right?
Good. That was a good Forrest Gump.
I used to watch wrestling back in the day. I've been pretty disconnected from it since about 2013. So okay. I watch more old school wrestling stuff now than anything.
Well, the AEW game has been it's something that's been talked about for several years now, and there's been an update for AEW. There's a Twitter thread that happened. The THQ Nordic Global Community Manager says the game is making good progress, but it's not quite there. They were talking about like this once again. It's been ticking forever. We do have some sort of cover art, I guess. But the irony of this is that this was started back when AEW, probably 6 months in or maybe a year in. They talked about it, and it's not anywhere close to complete. He said if you want an unfinished game, we could release it now. The game's doing really well, and it's getting there, but it's not 100%. So it's just another rumor. But it's just one of those things where, like, by the time this is released, half of the roster that was originally in the game will not exist in this game. So
I don't even see CM Punk on that cover. I don't know if that's supposed to be the cover, but I don't even see CM Punk on there, which CM Punk obviously has had a lot of problems with AEW in the last, 6-8 months or whatever it was with the media scrum and their speculation he's done, which he was the face of the company for so long and they built everything around him. And now I guess he's not even going to be in the game. He's currently still under contract, I think, with AEW, but I don't think he's coming back. I have no idea. But yeah, man, I mean, that's not a good look at all.
Right. As Joe says, Cody Rhodes is in WWE now and he's still in the game. Right.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is a VP of AEW. And just another quick hit before we get out of here with Jeremy. There was an update to The Last of Us, the original Last of Us for the PlayStation 5, which was kind of neat to see. There was an update where, if you recall, during the Last of Us series, there was, I guess, a sequence in the game where they played Mortal Kombat, and they patched in a Mortal Kombat 2 T-shirt for Ellie, which, I guess that's kind of a fun little thing. So just kind of a little quick hit, and they patched in another reference or something along the way. So now
hold on. Can you give Jeremy the camera? There's something very important that I feel like he needs to say right now about the person who posted this.
What now?
It was Naughty Dog who just.
Oh yeah,
that.
we can add a fuck Naughty Dog, fuck Neil Druckmann, fuck Neil Cuckman. Just want to put that out there because they did strike my YouTube channel, multiple strikes on my channel and many other of my friends' channels simply for reporting on Abby. I'm sorry, Abby. Big Abby Pump is your hookup. Holler if you hear me, being the person in The Last of Us Part 2. So they struck our channels. Geeks and Gamers had 2 strikes, I believe. And of course, one more strike, you're done. So fuck Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Adam.
Well, there you go.
I appreciate that.
I got you, Dad.
And I think it's a great opportunity. Now's the point where you drop the mic and you walk the hell out of here. I think that's a good idea.
That's a good mic drop right there. Hey, so next week we're going to be on Geeks and Gamers for the Wednesday show, and then obviously you'll be on Side Scrollers Rumble and Twitch and all that. So looking forward to that. And we gotta make gaming talk great again. I don't know where I came up with that term. I don't know where. As in no politics, nothing
People
like that.
People gonna hate us for that.
I know. So I might as well go out with a bang. But me and Dan have been wanting to do like some type of gaming stuff for a while. On we have bragging rights that we hardly ever do, which we want to, but jeez. So, but anyway,
Blabs jinxed it.
Yeah, Blabs really did destroy the show.
I was all set, ready to go. Tommy can vouch for me. I was all set, ready to go, and Dan was like, "I'm sick.
Last time it was my fault. I'm sorry. I was dying in bed and sick, but okay, I apologize for that.
Blabs. Dan, stop eating the mushrooms, okay?
Much like the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I need to test them.
Much like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as soon as we included women, Blabs, into bragging rights, it's destroyed. So now she's going to destroy side scrollers as well.
No.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Hail to the G2s out there. Hail to the 199s. And we're going to get Adam Krigler on Cobra Cast. It's going to be the greatest thing ever.
Whoa. Big deal. All right. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate that.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, yeah, man. Take care.
Bye.
All right. And I think that is a great place for us to make the transition over to the post show. Dan, you want to stick around a few more minutes?
Hell yeah. Let's transition.
Cool. All right. You 199 and the G2s. Hey, listen, I heard it. If you guys wouldn't mind, I would love for one, maybe two of you guys to come over to patreon.com/sidescrollers, become a brand new patron over there. That would be absolutely amazing for you guys and for us. We'd greatly appreciate that. Jeremy's focused on members over on the channel. We want patrons for us. Patrons are awesome. So thank you very much for coming over. We would greatly appreciate that. Dan, tell everybody where they can find you.
Hey, youtube.com/DanVas. Go watch my latest video, Metal Singer's version of Amazing Grace. People are really liking it, and I'm very grateful.
Awesome. Blabs?
Hi, you can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Kick, the usual stuff. Yay.
Sounds good. Trav? He's muted.
Twitter.
That's okay.
Follow me on that there.
Sounds good. And Adam?
Well, you can follow me on my YouTube channel and Rumble channel, The Krigler Show. Very easy to find. I stream daily, Monday through Friday, on my Locals and Rumble channel. I've been doing some solo dungeoning on Destiny 2. Sunday nights, I have a show called Forbidden Frontiers with Gary from Nerdrotic and Quarter Black Garrett, where we talk about ancient civilizations. It's a lot of fun. And then Monday and Tuesday nights on my Rumble and YouTube channel, I have a show with a couple of great, awesome guests, and we join in and just talk about whatever the hell is on our minds. It's a lot of fun. Definitely come check it out. And if you want some fresh coffee, KriglerCoffee.com. Unfortunately, we're only available in the States, but it's roasted after you order it. And I started it before all those other YouTubers did.
There you go. All right. With that said, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers right now. We greatly appreciate you guys. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it like Elon freaking Musk over here. It's ridiculous. Guys, we'll see you guys over there right now. Rumble, make sure you guys hit the follow button before you guys leave. See ya.
Fatality.
Twitch, we're out. See you later, Twitch. Rumble.
Wait, I thought you cut Rumble off already.
Well, I'm doing it right now as we speak.
But
there you go.
I already gave you the fatality for Rumble.
Well, now give me the fatality for
So it was
for
a
YouTube.
false fatality?
It happens. It was a friendship. It's friendship. Yeah, it's good.
Friendship.
And YouTube, we'll see you guys over there right now as well.
Fatality.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
I had to do that yesterday, and it was kind